When you think of a sorceress, the last thing that comes to mind is the Hulk with Halloween makeup and a long skirt. Unless you've played Final Fantasy VIII.
This palace contains spoilers. Lots and lots of spoilers.
This gigantic pile of beef is called Sorceress Adel. She was the despotic ruler of the hyper-advanced nation of Esthar. She started a massive, bloody global conflict called the Sorceress War. Adel was virtually unstoppable, her magic was unparalleled, her military was the mightiest, and she was actively hunting down a little girl named Alone to steal her weird astral time travel powers and get even more powerful and beefy. But in present FFA time, she is nowhere to be seen. Someone did stop her. But how do you defeat an invincible bodybuilding magic tyrant? Well, you send in Laguna Loire. Laguna is a failed journalist and a deeply unqualified soldier whose special skill is getting severe leg cramps whenever he tries to talk to a pretty girl. Against all logical odds, Laguna manages to trick this all-powerful dictator into stepping inside a high-tech cryogenic freezing chamber. That wasn't enough to completely subdue Sorceress Schwarzenegger, of course. They had to shift the chamber into the vacuum of space. Esthar actually had to build a billion-gil space station just so they could monitor Adel, their former president, and stop her from ever trying to transfer her jacked sorceress power to some other girl. And then they immediately elected another president, Laguna. Who's Squall's daddy, by the way? Does that make Squall a princess? Of course, the brilliant plan of leaving Conan the Sorceress in orbit and just hoping for the best backfired. Through a convoluted series of events involving the moon-crying monsters, Adel's tomb crashes back down to Earth. And then the true villain of the story, Ultimecia, immediately possesses Adel's body and wakes her up for a boss fight. In a very weird move, Adel grabs Squall's girlfriend, Rinoa, and magically glues her to her own chest as a meat shield. Adel spends the entire boss fight wearing a 17-year-old girl like a tactical ergonomic baby carrier. If you accidentally hit Rinoa with a stray Faraga or, I don't know, Eternal Breath, it's an instant game over. Not that I ever did that just to see what would happen.